coming out of the old hairpin. Oh no!
JC's going to send it? You bet he is. Oh, look at the Aston, just with the nice little battle here. Carrying huge speed through the crater curve.
Aston runs wide and he's in the grass.
Oh, there's a bit of contact.
Oh, almost side by side through there. Hello and welcome everyone. This is season 4, round 7 for the Pro-Am division. We are at Monza this week. My name is Nick and I'm joined by the one and only Nige Guns. Nige, how you going tonight, mate?
Good, dude. Good to be here.
Excellent. You pumped for this one? We're at the Temple of Speed.
Yeah. Round 2.
Yes.
Hell yeah. This is going to be great. Fantastic track to go racing on, as we saw last week, and some of these boys have done very little racing over the last 6 weeks. Some of them only had one race in that amount of time, so going to be interesting to see who's a bit rusty.
I was going to say we'll have a little bit, might have a little bit of ring rust out there, but hopefully they can shake it off pretty quick. And we had a cracking race last week in Monza for the Pro division. But this week it is for the Pro-Am. So, last round though, we were at Oulton Park. So, we had a little bit more of a smaller grid. We're kicking off in about 7 minutes for those watching as well. Vic Chan, how are you going in the chat there? But it was Footner again. The man, all he does is win. That's all he's done since he debuted in Pro-Am in Barcelona in round 3. He took out the victory. K-Man making an appearance in the Pro-Am division. He took out P2, and then it was Gaza in P3. But the man that we were all talking about, that was on the tip of everyone's tongue, was the Hagman. It was Haggis. We were riding him home strong. Did you catch up with him during the week? Nigel, ICR boy and all that sort of stuff. You were quite proud of him last round.
Yeah, it was awesome to see it come together for Hagman. So he's new to ROOZ this season, put a heap of effort in, and he's one of the great guys to have in the conversations behind the scenes. So I really enjoyed that. Him and Metal, I reckon they partied hard for a couple of days.
Well, it was, Metal took home P5, so it was a great result for ICR and obviously Bruce Hale Racing and K-Man representing Selby Acoustics there in the top 5. Then it was Kamangu, so the man who's partly responsible for the excellent video that's played every week before the race. Fresh Prince as well, good result for him in the McLaren for Pagnian Next Level Racing in P7. Mr. N. Wilson, we were just talking about off air that he's due for a good one. Good result there, but we'll see what he can do in Monza. Then it was Fly in P9, and then kart number 1 took home the top 10. So we only had 14 last round. We're back to almost a full grid. We've got 17 on there at the moment. So, what were your thoughts on Oulton Park, Nige? It was another strong display from Footner again. We had a bit of action there as well from memory. We had and Haggis as well was the story of the race.
Yeah, Freshy was off to a great jump. Did really well. But yeah, I loved the action from Oulton, and obviously new track for everyone on this game since the British GT Pack DLC. But back to like probably the most traditional track in the game, isn't it? Like Monza. Everyone knows Monza, and here we are.
Well, Monza is the 3rd purpose-built track ever. So it was the first 2 before that were
Indy was 1. What was the other one?
Brooklyn's. Look at that! You actually listen to what I have to say. Thanks, Nige.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh.
I actually am a huge Indy fan, and so they actually built that track for the manufacturers just to go testing.
Yeah.
And it worked so well. They were like, hell, let's go racing.
All right. Someone said you need to bump Nigel's volume up a bit. You're up as high as you can go, I think, Nige, unless it's on your end.
No, I've got the mic bumped at this end.
Just need Nige to comment. Can everyone hear Nige? That's the big one. Yeah, it should.
Just check the settings.
Yeah. All right. While you do that, let's have a look at the teams table because we're going to kick off pretty shortly. This is the ACC, the Teams Championship. So once again, this awesome graphic that's provided by Andrali every week. So just giving us the overview of how the championship is standing as of the last round. The Juzzy hasn't retired from co-commentary. He's working. He's got an awesome contract, a too good to pass up contract that he's doing at the moment. So doesn't allow him the time, but hopefully he'll be back in the box sooner rather than later. So having a look there, it's Bruce Howell Racing, I think, ends up making a bit of a late charge of it. ICR still down the bottom, unfortunately for you, Nige. And Alton Park. And then it's about to finish up. It gets longer and longer each week. But it's Bruce Howell Racing, 955 points. So had a fabulous result last week as well. And then we've got Pagnian Next Level Racing, Selby Acoustics, so only 6 behind P&L. So it's all still to play for pretty much the top 3 spots, I would say. Gamesman Racing Team down there, and then ICR, a lot better than what they were, but still bringing up the rear at this stage. Let's have a quick look at the individual championship as well. We've got about 2 minutes left before we go on. HSV, I took that the teams table off for you, but this is how the overall drivers championship is looking. You can see Vic Chan right up there, Footner, who we're going to see racing tonight. I think he was leading the last time. We'll see if that's still the case. It's about to finish. Alton Park. So Vic Chan, there you go, is leading the way from Rivera Runs on 132 points. So pretty close between those two. But then it's Footner, 123, not far behind him. And then Stu Carr. So we have a Stu in the room tonight. I'm not too sure. I assume that is the same person as well. And then Eaglewind.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and then Eaglewind D-Roll is having a cracking season as well. I think he does it sort of on the downloads. He's a little bit inconspicuous, but he's having a great season as well. All right, we've got less than a minute to go. Let's have a look now at the track. So Monza, it's the Temple of Speed is what they call it. Only 11 turns, 5.79 kilometres. But high speeds is what it's all about. And Nige, you have a little bit of information about the speeds for this track.
Yeah, I've been paying attention to the top speeds. Obviously, we've got a ton of Bentleys on the grid tonight, but it looks like 272, 273 is the top speed that I've seen. So I'd expect those Bentley setups to have a little bit more downforce so that they're good through the chicanes, good through both Lesmos to get good exit speeds. But I've seen the Ferrari at 277, so that's 1 click quicker than what River had last week.
Yep.
It's going to make it really, really interesting, because if the cars are generating speed at different parts of the track, we could be in for a cracker.
Yeah, well, last week we saw that eventuate as well. We had an awesome race as well, so hopefully these boys can put on a similar show. But yeah, 11 turns. Obviously, yeah, it's all about speed. The majority of the lap is spent at full throttle. Obviously, the run into turn 1 is going to be the biggest one. That's the you see it more in a public lobby than anything. But as they go around the Curva Grande for turn 3 as well. So the aptly named Curva Grande means the big curve. So also known as Curva Biasono for the village that's actually next to it as well. So a little bit about the circuit there. And then your favourite, Nige, the second chicane. What do you call the second chicane?
The Della Roggia.
Della Roggia, yeah. So you pronounce it a lot better than I do. Into there. And then obviously Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2. So the Lesmo 2 last week, we saw a lot of guys sort of, it was running wide through there, seemed to be the line of choice. So we'll see if that's the same tonight. And we are about to get qualifying underway. All right.
And good news, Nick. We've had a Lamborghini join the grid, and Jono Stan is in the house.
It is everyone's favourite, Jono Stan, the arrive and drive master. He took Alton Park, didn't he? Race 2, I think it was, Jono Stan. Where was it? It was Snetterton, race 2. There you go, at the sprint race. We've got a few other debutantes tonight as well. Well, Jono Stan's not a debutant, but this man here, Stuart, is debuting as well. Nige, you know a little bit about Stu.
Oh, Stu Carr. Stu's a legend. Yep. So we've had Stu on board for, ACC now this season. Stu's been running the P-Cars ROOZ series forever and a day, doing an awesome job over there. So it's awesome to have Stu Carr in Pro. He has been cleaning up in AM1 since he turned up. And so promo for Stu. Thank you, Gaz. And so Stu and Jono and Footnar. And of course, there's one more.
Cart Dude?
I can't see the...
Is or debuts tonight.
Oh, I know. I was just talking about the BHR boys.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to them shortly. We've got a couple other debutants as well. Bones Lightning, NZ Robbo, and then there was the other one. I think that's it. That's the only other debuts tonight. We do, though, have back this man here. He's still in the pits. Cart Dude. Nige, why has he been away? Where's he been? Why hasn't he been racing? You've got the inside scoop.
Yeah, so Cart Dude's not locked down. He has moved from Tassie to Melbourne, so moving to the Big Smoke, and he has only just got his wheel out of the shipping crate on Sunday. So yeah, awesome. He would have just been getting that hooked up today. Turned some laps this afternoon, so it's awesome to have Cart Dude back on the grid tonight.
Yeah, we missed him. We missed him last round because he was going to take on this man here, Footnut, who was the winner last round, as he's done pretty much every time he stepped out. Let's see if he can go 3 in a row. It was or even 3.1 in a row, because he won one of the races in the sprint round at Snetterton, but he took Alton Park and he took the Nürburgring as well. So we'll see if he can make it a proper 3 in a row, as qualifying is well underway. Got 12 minutes left. Just having a look at some of the drivers that are coming through. I didn't quite pick up who went out first. Bones Lightning wasn't that person. Just trying to pick up a couple of the others. What about... I'll go back to Footner for now. But we'll start to see times sort of start to come through. 1:48.2, I believe, was the fastest time in practice. So we'll see if anyone goes any faster than that for the full qualifying.
Is someone going to set a time? No. So Footnar's going to be the first one to post a time. He's coming out of Parabolica, all running a bit wide. That may... And I'd say he should be good. But that's... You can't run any wider than that. That'll be... definitely track limits, so maybe he was invalidated just then.
Possibly. 464,
goes
here
to
we
the
go.
top. Riggsy, Burra. Yeah, so they're all coming in.
I've got to get onto one of them. This is Stuart for BHR in his debut in Pro-Am. No, not good for him. What about Fresh Prince? He had a great round last time out. 4:45 Cart Dude. He is about to come across the line now, so he's about to start his lap. What about Metal Steel? We'll see if he's going to set a time. But we've got him already starting to drift in now. Jab on Sickle with a 1:49.1 has set the pace. Let's see what Metal Steel can do for ICR. He moves up into P7. Next one will be Pesky 1. So let's see where he can get that P&L Bentley P4 right now. So that's a nice time from Pesky. We've got, I think this is, trying to have a look, 455. This is Bones Lightning. I'm curious to see how he goes tonight. Never seen him race, so it'll be, it's going to be an adventure for all of us. ROOZ, though, back in that menacing Aston Martin for Gamesman Racing Team. What can he do on his first run? Yeah, it's not bad. P7 for Bruce, so good start for him.
Yep, in the Aston, totally.
Yeah, his teammate, Someone Awesome, setting his first time.
I'm wondering if these boys aren't actually hooking up for getting a tow down the main straight. Jono backed off to let one of the BHR Bentleys come through, and he's flooring it. I reckon we might have some teamwork going on here.
I think we do. We've got him on the screen now, and Footner is giving Jono Stan a decent tow down the front straight there. Footner has set a 1:48.1, so he set the fastest time so far. Here comes Stewart, his BHR teammate. He might have invalidated his lap as well as he went around. Who else do we have out there? Cart Dude, this will be his first timed run if it wasn't invalidated. Might have been. Alright, so he has to go again. What about Metal Steel? So we've got just under 9 minutes left on the for the session. Hello as well to everyone in the chat as well. So Vic Chan's in there, Bounty, HSV, Jamie Koza as well. We've got Flies in there. Of course, Vic Chan. Vic Chan's always in there as well. So welcome to all of you watching, whether you're watching live or on replay as well. Welcome. Hit that like and subscribe button if you like what you're watching. New Zealand Robbo, he's down in P14. What about Bones Lightning? This will be his second run.
So the GRT boys are getting tangled up. So I guess it was Riggsy and Burra.
Yep.
No, could have been someone. It always cracks me up when I mention it could be someone.
Yeah. Oh, and Riggsy put it into the wall coming out of Ascari. That's a big hit too. So that's the end of his lap. He's down in P10. He goes straight into the pits. I think Jono Stan is about to set a time. And that beautifully.
What's he got?
Oh, he's going to.
Invalidating. So, Jono's arrive and drive. I reckon it's a standard tactic to just find all the limits.
Yeah.
Even if you start last, at least you'll know where the limits are, and then you don't have to get disqualified in the race. You gotta know your strengths. You gotta know your weaknesses as well. And one of his strengths is that arrive and drive style. Cart Dude, he definitely isn't arrive and drive. He is up in P2. So nice.
The man who recently moved from Tasmania to Melbourne. Why you'd want to do that right now, I don't know. But anyway, I'm living in Melbourne, by the way, so no disrespect. We're all in lockdown like pretty much everyone else. But anyway, the man who's moved, he is in P2 right now. We've got 6.5 minutes left. I love Melbourne, by the way. I'm having a bit of a whinge. Pesky one up in P3. What about New Zealand Robbo on debut in Pro-Am for Selby Acoustics Racing? He moves up into P14, so nice work from him.
K-Man's chucking a few of his boys in the deep end tonight in Pro-Am, which is awesome to see because it's a step from Am to Pro-Am. It's a definite step with the intensity of the racing and obviously bigger grids.
Yeah.
So those boys, they're going to be swimming in it.
Well, you got to, what's the old saying? I think there's a Peter Brock saying, he said, if you bite off more than you can chew, then chew like hell, something like that. So we'll see how those boys go tonight. I'm sure K-Man will be watching on intently as Footner. He improves his best time. It was a 196. Jono Stan, can he set a lap? He can. It's good enough for P16 right now. 566. This is Haggis. This is your man, the Hag man. Oh, hey, good time. Good enough for P3 right now.
Nice.
There we go. He's getting just better and better. We'll ride him home.
That's awesome.
This is Fresh Prince. So we've got just over 5 minutes remaining in this qualifying session for round 7 of the Pro-Am division. Oh, I forgot our little graphic, Nige. Here, where are we? It is with the people doing the commentating tonight. There you go. My name's Dick. I'm joined by Nige. So welcome aboard. We've got 218. That's Pesky as well.
Jono in the wall.
Oh, get rid of that. Where are you, Jono? Oh, I think he's going into the pits. Okay. All right, where's 455? Oh, that's Bones Lightning. So he's down in P18. He's coming through Parabolica now as we're entering the closing stages of this one. Let's see if he can get that Bentley up a little bit further than 18th.
9 Bentleys on the grid tonight.
Why do you think that is,
It's the best
Nige?
car, dude. For sure.
Alright, I'm a big advocate for the Bentley, that is for sure. So that's what I would be in as well. But yeah, a lot of them. Not a lot of diversity. There's some Ferraris in there. We've got a Soul Lamborghini, a Soul Aston Martin. A couple of Mercedes in there too. Footner, he's in a Bentley though. Doesn't improve on his time. He still remains in P1. Big Chopper Dog. He's down there in P6. So he doesn't move up any further than there right now. Got Kart Dude. Let's see if he can get up a little bit further. It's the second row. We'll do him for now. So that's where he will remain. We've got Riggsy as well. He's back out there. I think this would be an out lap for him. Just warming it up. He's got the lights on. It's a bit of a signature of Riggsy to have the lights on. K-Man is in the chat as well. Good luck to all tonight. So good to see K-Man is watching. Here we go. Here's Stuart. So on debut in Pro-Am. He'll stay. Doesn't improve on his time for now. So we've got just under 3 minutes remaining. It's Footner up top on a 147.8. Then it is Jambon Sickle. He's sort of come out of nowhere there, Jambon. So
Yeah.
in
He's
P,
got great pace again tonight.
yeah, P2. Kart Dude up there in P3, so he's back. Pesky 1 in P4. Then Haggis having a cracking result. So he's building on that momentum that he took away from last round at Alton Park, and he's converted into good pace so far. He's up there in P5. As Burrow Dog, he goes into P6. That's Adman's son's favourite driver, Burrow Dog. He often cheers for Burrow Dog over his own dad. How's that? That's some dedication right there. Also, Adman is running the AM1 stream tonight as well. So I think that's his second time. Give him a watch after you're done with us. Big Chopper Dog. He remains in P7 as we go on the last 5 minutes. What do you see, Nige? What do you know?
Oh, look, the Bentley boys are hooked up. Thankfully, we've got 3 different teams in the top 4. But I think there's a ton of guys who haven't really hooked up a lap yet. That 47A from Footner, that is pro pace without a doubt. So you can see from P2 down to P7, that's like 4/10. And then I reckon there's about another half a dozen drivers who haven't really quite hooked up a lap yet. So everyone from Stu down to Riggsy. It's going to be interesting to see. No, it looks like Robbo's done. Yeah, so I think, you know, from Stu down to Riggsy, those boys are the ones, or someone's done. He's in the pits.
Yeah.
They'll now be on their last lap flyers. So they'll need to be pulling out a JJ special.
Yes, like he did last week. That is a very good point. I did forget about that. It was JJ who, I think he started P6 last week after struggling to get a lap together. So he literally pulled it out at the last minute. This is Burrow Dog. So this will be, he will go again one more lap. Bruce is out there as well. His teammate for Games and Racing Team in the Aston Martin. He's in P11. That's where he'll start for now. Branchy, he's coming across the line. They're in P10. Who else do we have? Big Chopper Dog, he's out there as well. So for P&L, he's going to get one more lap after this one. Let's see if this is the one where he moves up. P2! P2.
Oh, there it is, the Ferrari with pace.
There we go.
So is Cart Dude going to get to the line? It's going to be very close. Oh, so he goes P2, but I think he is going to get another lap in.
All right, we'll wait and see.
Cart Dude's the last one. Sorry, dude.
No, you're right. You're right. So, Cart Dude, he moved up into P2. It was 566. That's Haggis. So he's in the pits. All right, this is Stewart. So we've gone 000. So that means these will be the final laps. There's only a handful of cars out on circuit. One of them is Stewart for his debut in Pro-Am tonight. Let's see. He's in P8. See if he can improve that as the time starts to wind down.
Chopper's done. He's bailed.
All right, so we've got Cart Dudes in there as well. So I think that is going to be our grid. I think we've got it. So Footner, once again, takes pole position. Congratulations to the BHR Bruce Hull Racing car driver. He's taken P1. Cart Dude, he's come up there in P2. So it's going to be great racing between them tonight. And then Big Chopper Dog as well. He takes out P3.
Here comes the buzzer dog. What's he got?
Oh,
stays P7. Branchy and Bruise still on laps.
all right.
So it's not done quite yet, but I think your top three will be safe.
All right. I've left it on Big Chopper Dog for now because it'll go to the... I won't be able to change the screen. But that is our grid for round 7 of the Pro-Am series. Hey, your man up there, Haggis, he's having a good result there in P6. And then who you mentioned before, Burrow Dog in P7. So let's just quickly go through it. It's Footnote once again, Pole, Cart Dude, Big Chopper Dog, Jambon Sickle, good result for him. Pesky, Haggis, Burrow, Branchy, Stewart, and Someone Awesome. That's our top 10. And then it's Bruise, Mr. N. Wilson, Riggsy, Metal Steel, New Zealand Robbo on debut, Fresh Prince. Not too sure if he'll be too happy with that. Jono Stan. I love Jono Stan. Arrive and drive. P17 and Bones Lightning on debut. He goes P18 as well. What are your thoughts on qualifying there, Nige?
Top 9 within a second.
Yep.
You know, give or take a fraction. But it's good to see Cart Dude and Chopper close up that quali outright lap speed gap to Footnar. And then the Hambon, Pesky, Haggis, Buzzer, Branchy, Stew, those next 6 guys, if they all got representative laps in, that's going to be super close. So probably the top 3 have a little bit of an edge, but you know, as we saw last week, if you get the strategy slightly wrong or you get held up in a bit of on-track dogfighting, there's going to be at least 10 guys, I reckon, on for a shout at the podium tonight.
That's that's indicative of the times that you've got there as well. So obviously the top 10, it's 1.2 seconds between them. But as you pointed out though, Nige, with pretty much from P4 down to about P7 or 8, it's going to be pretty tight between them as well. Let's just touch a little bit on strategy. So we did talk before the race. There's a lot of there's a few drivers last week that went the early pit stop just to get themselves out of harm's way, if you like. One of them was Eagle Wind, who pitted on lap 1. So I think there was 4 drivers that pitted on lap 1 last week. So it'll be interesting to see who was watching and if anyone's going to try and replicate what they saw last week. So I'm just trying to bring up my notes. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4 all pitted on lap 1. The latest for the first pit stop was lap 21, and the latest for the second stop was lap 28. So it'll be interesting to see, is anyone going to be going with the early strategy call? It was good for Eagle Win last week. He got the podium. We'll see if anyone goes that way tonight as well.
And we saw a big difference, didn't we, last week, Nick, of the guys who were stationary in the pit lane for longer, taking more fuel. They lost out quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I think to maximize the strategy, they're probably looking at about, I don't know, 70 to 80 litres to start the race to get you probably as late as lap 21. So that's probably about 40 minutes into the race, and then you can take your first stop, 1 litre, splash and dash it as quick as you can.
Yeah.
Trying to perfectly hit the marks, but I expect to see a lot of guys in lap 1. And then I'd say you've probably got another half a dozen cars that they're just going to wait and see what happens over the first 10 minutes, just to maybe let a few guys fall off the island and pick up a few spots.
All right, well, it's the time for talking is done. We are about to get the racing underway. It's great to see 18 cars as well on the grid tonight. That's a fantastic effort from everyone. And they're heading off the grid right now. We're going to ride with Chopper Dog for the warm-up lap as they go through. So probably a little bit good time to go through the circuit a little bit. So we talked about Curva Grande, the Grand Curve. Lesmo 1 and 2. So named after a small commune in the province of Monza and Brianna as well. So that's Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2. And then Chicane 2, your favourite. Yeah, 2007. They asphalted the runoff there. It used to be gravel, but changed it for safety purposes. That's what I think most tracks sort of go towards now. Is it's all about safety. It has to be. Driver safety is most important. And then Parabolica as well. I couldn't get any further with my research this week on parables and parabolas and angles and all that sort of stuff. I left that right alone.
Yeah,
so
I just segued straight to Le Mans.
Yeah. Apparently, though, I did find out that if you not everyone can do it, but it's there's like a steward's stand above there for I'm trying to think of the guy who waves the flags. I'm going blank. But anyway, if you can get up there, you can. It's a great view from up there, but only the very chosen few get to go up there. All right. So Footner in the chat. My armpits are like garden hose. The nerves are real.
Oh, that's awesome. So we've got commentary from the pole sitter. I wonder. I see. Apart from the BHR boys, no one else would have really had much to do with Footner because he only turned up this season, but he has been absolutely blitzing it. And it's nice to hear that the pole sitter gets nervous.
Well, funny you should say that because Vic Chan says surely Footner has to be in the pro room next week. I think we've been saying that for the last 2 rounds, wondering when he's going to make his way into the pro room. So, if not next week, definitely next season. Has to be next season for sure. And then Fly, that would be a battle looking forward to between him and our front runners as well. So yeah, it'd be great to see Footner move up there, and that's what it's all about as well. Moving up from the AM2, AM1 into ProAm and into Pro. That's what this league is all about. So they're almost finished their warm-up lap, getting heat into the tyres and the brakes, and we're about to get this one underway.
Yeah.
Round 7.
It's time for these boys to take a couple of nice deep breaths.
60 minutes is a long time. It's plenty of time. We don't want to lose it on the first lap or the first corner, turn 1 either. So they all got through all without any incident last week, so I don't see why it should be any different this week for the Pro-Am boys.
No, they'll have all studied the videos, and there was a ton of information on how to get the job done last week. So nice deep breath right about now, and just easy on the brakes into turn 1 and pick a lane, stick with it. But this is going to be good. Looking forward to this.
All right, we're going to wait for the sign from Klaus. He's going to tell us that it's green, green, green. Right there, let's go racing. 60 minutes of Monza has started. Footner got a good jump. So did Big Chopper Dog. Kart Dude's going to go side by side with Footner into turn 1. It's a drag down into the first chicane. Everyone else seems to have made it away quite cleanly. Here's going to be the big test. Under brakes. Footnard's going to be able to get through, so he'll maintain P1. There's a Mercedes. Oh, there's a couple of GRT boys who ran wide at the back. I think one of them was ROOZ. So he was one that ran wide there. He got caught up a little bit with his teammate as well. I believe that was Dog as they go around the Curva Grande for the first time. Oh, there's a nice little pack brewing right here. I think New Zealand Robbo was in there as well. It's doing that weird thing again. It's making it difficult to keep up with everything. But it's a very condensed pack in the middle here. This is down in, just trying to have a look, down in P8 if I'm correct, if the timing screen is up to date. But the main thing is everyone's managed to make it through turn 1 without any issue. And it's going to be this man, Cameron Footner, is going to lead him away down into the Ascari chicane. He's got Cart Dude right behind him. Oh no, Cart Dude's hit the wall. Cart Dude hit the wall there. Oh, he scraped it. I'm not too sure how much damage he got there, but he got on the grass and then gave the wall a decent whack. As you can see by the side of his car, I'm not too sure if it's caused any physical damage to the car that's going to make it affect driving. We'll find out. But these two are kind of cleared out for now. It's Big Chopper Dog in P3 and Jambon Sickle in there in P4. Let's just see, keep with this battle at the front. What happened at the back while we concentrate on the guys at the front, Nige?
Yeah, in the braking zone, turn 1, one of the SAR boys decided to switch lanes. It was open, but Burrow had to take a little bit of avoidance, and then when he came back across, 2 of the GRT boys got into each other. Oh, we got a ton of boys going deep into turn 1 on lap 2. Yeah, so the third banana in the pecking order at the front had to really get on the brakes then.
Alright, we got a few guys in the pits as well, so that's someone awesome. It's Riggsy and Fresh Prince as well, so a couple of, there's 3 drivers taking a page out of last week's book, deciding to pit early, which we were talking about earlier. So we'll see, I don't think anyone else is going to take up that option, so we'll keep an eye on those 3 drivers as they make their way through. But at the moment, it looks like Cart Dude didn't suffer any damage that's going to affect the performance of his car that we know of. Might just quickly go on board with him and have a look and see, is there...
Oh, he's all over him. Up to Ascari for the 2nd time tonight.
So riding those curves, we saw that last week. I think the River did that absolutely brilliantly. And Cart Dude's managed to do the same. So we'll stay with these guys for now at the front. But Cart Dude's all over Footnote. He's not letting him walk away. This is going to be... we've seen these two battle it out over the last few rounds now. And it's great to have Cart Dude back doing it.
So Riggsy did come off 2nd best, that contact with the Buzzard Dog. And... he has been stationary quite a bit longer than the other 2 guys that made their stops. So Riggsy with some damage repair, lap 1.
Alright, so Riggsy's got some damage to repair. Jambon Sickle, he ducks into the pits as Cart Dude comes up right under brakes, closes right up under brakes there into turn 1. So he's all over him. A few other guys, Stu, so he's having a decent run. He's up there in P8. So he's started his race off in a decent way. He started P9, so he's moved up 1 spot already. He's chasing down Burrow Dog. And he got Branchy just ahead of him as well. But good start from everyone. It's no dramas, which is the main thing.
Yeah, there were some at the second half of the field, lap 1. The Concertina definitely caught a few guys out. Metal ran wide into Lesmo 1, I think it was. And that dropped him to the back of the field, so Metal back up to P13 now with NZ Robbo falling back and the other 4 boys making a very early stop. But he'll have pace in the race pace in the Fezzer. He'll work his way back up.
All right. So these two have sort of cleared out a little bit by themselves. They've got the chasing pack behind them of Big Chopper Dog, Pesky, Haggis, who we see on the screen, and then Branchy and Burrow Dog and Stewart. They're all pretty sort of tightly packed, that group there. And that's
It was a lot closer than that, dude. Coming into Ascari, Stu got it launched. He got that Bentley fully airborne.
Oh. All right, we missed out. We missed out on that one, unfortunately. But he's down. Oh, so Burrow, he comes into the pits. I'm not too sure. He's got a little bit of damage there to the front of the car. Not too sure if that's to the cause of his pit stop. We'll mark it down anyway. So that's on lap 3. So we've had a few guys coming in early for stops. Jono Stan, he's worked his way up from P17 into P11 already. So he's having a cracking start for BHR. He has Mr. N. Wilson ahead of him. Just a couple of seconds up the road, so he'll chase him down. In the meantime, though, Haggis. Yeah. So he is all over the back of Pesky 1 for P&L in that Bentley. Oh, who's the Bentley behind there? I think it was Stu running deep through. Might have been just out of the second chicane there. As they go through Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2. Yeah, we'll see what Haggis can do. So he's had a good start already. He's up 1 spot from where he started for ICR. His teammate Metal Steel in the other Ferrari, he's down there in P12. He's 6/10 behind Bones Lightning. You going to say something, Nige?
I probably was, but it's gone. The PNL boys had a ripper start, so they were formation flying, and Pesky was the one who got caught out a little bit. He would have been mindful of not going too deep into turn 1, lap 2, so he got caught out a little bit there, but Jambon ducked in on the next lap, so Jambon is the first guy to stop, and there's the next PNL pulling off, and Haggis up to P4. All
right.
So Pesky in the pits, but Chopper has stayed out, so all the PNL boys are going slightly different strategy. Maybe they're just going to go 1 lap later than the other, and then hook back up for some more formation flying.
Well, the toe is extremely important around this circuit, and you see it all the time in real racing as well. So, yeah, it would be no difference in this game as well. So we've got ROOZ. He's right behind Stewart in that Bentley. Just back at the front though, the gap is closing. It's less than 4/10. So Kart Dude is all over the back of that Bentley of Footner as they come through Lesmo 2. So they're going to go for the short run down the back straight into Ascari, but he's all over him right now. The last time we saw him down here, though, he did hit the fence just on the side, but that doesn't seem to have had any effect on the performance and drivability of that car. It does look like he takes those curves a little bit better through the first part of Ascari than Footner was able to there. He's got a good run. Here we go. Let's go on board with him.
Yeah, good idea, dude. We saw last week that for all cars, but particularly the Bentley, that following a car closely, you could see car was a little squirrely through Parabolic at that time. Yeah. So they can obviously race close, but you have to be super careful with the aero wash that you don't get caught out.
All right, let's see if he can make up a bit more ground under brakes. So you hear the engine just peaking there.
I think we might have a situation where Kart is running a little bit more wing, and that's the reason why he's closing up through both of these next two, or certainly the next chicane, Della Rogia, and then through the Lesmos, because it looks like Footner's gapping him on the main straight.
I think you're absolutely right, because we did see when we cut to him, he was that was through the Lesmos as well, and he was all over the back of him too. So we'll see if that's going to be the case this time around, or Footner could have made a mistake through there. That's Lesmo 1. This will be Lesmo 2. No, he seems to have maintained the gap, Footner. All right.
Yeah.
Let's just do a quick little review. We've already gone 10 minutes. Metal Steel and NZ Robbo, they're in the pits as well. So they were down there in P11 and 12. But yeah, we've already gone 10 minutes. So just a quick little recap. Footner is leading from this man here, Cart Dude, Big Chopper Dog. He's still there in P3. Haggis is in P4. Stewart on debut. P5. Bruce and Branchy. Oh, no, Branchy's dropped down. Is that because he's in the... Oh, is he off? What is going on? He's in the middle of the circuit. I think he might be off.
Who's that?
Oh, what's going on here with Branchy? Is he glitched out, possibly? I'm not too sure what's happened to him there.
Yeah, that doesn't look good for Branchy.
Yeah.
I'd say we've got to disconnect.
I would say so too. So, alright, he is looking like he's in a world of trouble right now.
Chopper pits. So all the top 3 P&L boys are all coming in reasonably early. Bruce is staying very, very close to Stu into the braking zone, turn 1. So the Aston has a little bit better straight line speed, and obviously getting a nice tow from Stu Carr's Bentley. So we'll see what they decide to do with the strategy, but less than a second at the front.
Yeah, it's 7 tenths now. So it was 4 tenths earlier. So I think I reckon Footner might have made a little bit of a mistake there that opened it up for Cart Dude, and say Cart Dude's probably just biding his time for now. But yeah, Bruce all over the back of Stu. Jono Stand has come up from P17 to P6. So we see him just in the background there in that green Bruce Hale Racing Lamborghini. Oh no, who was that? Is that, no, it was one of the Selby Acoustics Racing Bentleys. Just trying, was it New Zealand Robbo? I think it was. All right, so he's down in P17. There's Metal Steel. He's coming in for his...
Chopper Dog busted in the pit lane. Stop and go 30 seconds. So Chopper Dog's race is done. So that opens up another podium position. And Stu is definitely not in control of that Bentley like he has been in M1 for the last few races. Bruce, nice. Actually, something's happened.
He's had Stu's coming through onto the main straight now. So it looks like,
Stu's, I've turned away, but Stu has had an off.
Yes. I was going to say there's a lot of damage to the rear of that car, and Jono Stand's about to put the move on him into turn 1. He does that pretty comfortably, and there's Bruce in the foreground there, so he's managed to get through quite easily. Yeah. So I think you're right, Nige. He's had some sort of off, and the rear of that car, you can see just now there's some sort of war damage on there, some war wounds. As Metal Steel completes his second stop, so that they're both done. And Big Chopper Dog, he's got that stop go penalty. It's 1.5 seconds. Oh, Jono Stand just launches it.
Yeah, way too deep into the Della Roggia, and he's fully gone space mode from the sausage.
Oh. Say that out of context. That opens it up for Mr. N. Wilson. So he's up there in P7. So there's Bruce Hale Racing, P5, 6, and 7. Most importantly, P1 as well. So another strong result for the BHR team. Let's see if Mr. Wilson can take advantage of that mistake that Jono Stand made into the Della Roggia as they come through the Ascari chicane now.
Bad news, dude. Hagman in the wall at Ascari.
Oh, no!
Yeah, so he's coming into Parabolica. He's going to pit it right now because I only just flicked the camera to him when I saw him on the inside wall. So Hagman into the pit lane.
This is
really opening up. So we're only 15 minutes in, and there are some big mistakes like race ending or race deciding mistakes going on. All the BHR boys are flying past. Oh, the P&L Ferrari almost looped it in the pit lane, so that was chopper dog.
Yep. There he goes. He's going through now. That was his stop-go penalty. All right, and then back to this little fight here between Mr. N. Wilson and John O'Stan. All right, so as you were saying, there's been a few mistakes made already. We've got a couple of drivers who have already pitted twice. You've got Fresh Prince. He's down there in P14 in metal steel. So we've gone just over 15 minutes in this one. They've both completed their mandatory stop. So they'll go until the end. The driver who has completed only one stop, who's the furthest along now in P9, well, no, it's going to be Haggis now, will it? No, it's Jambon Sickle. So he will, once the timing screen works itself out, he'll be up there in P8, I do believe. Yeah, he will be. So he's looking pretty comfortable right now. He's completed one of his stops, and then someone awesome. He's completing, I believe, his second stop. Yeah, it is. So he's getting it all done nice and early. So within the first quarter of this race, we've got 3 drivers who have already completed both their stops. Out in front, though, it's Footner. He is in front of Cart Dude, who's just pitted. So he's making his first stop as well from P2. So that's on lap 9. So we'll see if Footner will respond. Where's it going to drop him out? You've got Johnny Stan coming through. You've got a bit of a gaggle here. You've got Mr. N. Wilson as well. It'll be interesting to see if Bones Lightning can get through. Then Stu Car, he is pitting as well. Where are you, Stu? Just on my... I can't try. Here he is. So that would be his first stop on lap 9. Just seeing where Cart Dude is going to come out. Got,
Clean air. Looking good. That was a good time to stop for Cart. It looked like it could have been a little busy, but actually he has got 445. I was looking at 455. No, clean track for Cart.
Yep, so he's still in there. Oh, no, that's Stu Car, sorry. Stu's still in there. So, Cart Dude, he has come out. We'll get back to that in a moment. But, yeah, that's where he is now on track. He's just behind Bones Lightning, and Stu Car is going to pit. I think there's a nice little fight. I think it might have been Mr. N. Wilson and John O'Stan. Yeah. Oh, no, they're lapping Fresh Prince in that P&L McLaren. So that wasn't a fight for position. So we've got a bit going on right now. So we've had a lot of stops happen within the first 15-20 minutes of this one. There's only
two disconnects as well. We lost Branchy.
Yep.
I haven't worked out who the other one is yet.
New Zealand Robbo, NZ Robbo is gone as well. Yeah. So out in front, it's Footner. So we only have 5 drivers remaining who need to make at least their first stop, and then we've got 4 drivers who've completed both of their stops already, and then we've got another 7 drivers who've completed at least one of their stops. All of this has happened within the first 20 minutes of this race. So the early pit stop strategy seems like it's the flavour of the race right now. That's what most drivers are going with as we watch Mr. N. Wilson come through the first chicane there. So that does mean the field is relatively spread out. So we've got just looking for a bit of on-track action. I'll just see where Footner is. We might just do an onboard lap with him. We'll turn it down we'll turn down our voices and we'll turn up the audio. And you can watch him do a lap. He's just coming through Ascari now, so we'll get him as he comes out of Parabolica. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll jump on board with him. But it's Bruce who's going to be chasing him down, who hasn't stopped yet. John O'Stan, this man here, Mr. N. Wilson, and Bones Lightning. They're all yet to make their stops. And let's pick up this man here, Footner. We'll shut up for a lap, and you can turn it up. And you can watch the race leader do his thing. So there's a lap of the Monza circuit with our race leader Footner. He looked pretty good through the Ascari chicane, I thought there, Nige.
Mate, that whole lap was very good. The first into turn 1, the Rotofelio chicane where he is now, that was perfect, inch perfect. He's a tiny bit wide that time. He took a nice tight line through Curva Grande, through Parabolica. Look, it's easy to see why this guy is fast and consistent. Like you just watch his lines, and that's what he's nailing in order to be that consistent through the Della Roggia. Oh, he's just a little bit too much on the inside curve, but gathered it back up into the Lesmo. He's driving beautifully. Even when it's ragged, it's not out of control.
There's still an element of control to it when he's on the limit, would you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
48s. His PB is a 48.5. The last lap was a 48.8. And, yeah, he is not cruising. He knows that Kart Dude's going to be pushing him all the way to the checker. And, yep, through Ascari, perfect again. Little short shift into 4th gear just to coincide with the last apex of Ascari, just to help keep it settled.
All right, so Jono Stan, while you were going through that, Nige, excellent analysis, by the way. Jono Stan came into the pits. Now, Kart Dude, just having a look where he is on the circuit. We'll see if Footner pits on this lap in response to Kart Dude. No, he doesn't. All right, so the gap between those two, as we could see there, is Footner has only just recently crossed the finish line, and Kart Dude is going through Lesmo 2. So that's the gap between them. We'll see if Footner can pit and make it out in time as well to maintain the lead. In the meantime, though, we've got the P&L boys running line astern. It's Pesky One and Burrodog. So they're Jambon Sickle and Pesky. They're in P6, P7, so they're going having a decent crack at it. And then Liam Baldwin, Riggsy is slowly climbing from last place. He is. So he's down there
He's going to have to... Sorry, Nick. He's going to have to get a wriggle on because Footner is coming after him pretty quickly.
I think I did see him in the foreground earlier. There's Footner now. And where's Riggsy? Yeah, there he is. So
he's going to be in danger right now of seeing blue flags. And after the shenanigans lap 1 with the buzzer dog, he doesn't want to be losing any more time at all.
Well, and he had his stop-go penalty as well, which is the reason he's down there too. There's Footner. He's right on it going through Ascari. You can see that as he's coming through there, riding those curves. In the meantime, though, Kart Dude said that he was 7/10 behind Bones Lightning. I think he's managed to get past him. He has. So there's Bones behind him. So he's moved up another spot into P4. So he's the highest of the runners who've pitted once. The other one of them is Jambon Sickle and Bones Lightning. He is yet to pit. There's Kart Dude running really wide there at Lesmo 2. But we are already approaching halfway, Nige. I can't believe we've already gone over 25 minutes. And this one is still plenty of action left to happen in this one. But let's see if Kart Dude, he's got pretty clear air right now. He has a car in front of him up the road, 213. That's Fresh Prince, so that'll be a lapped car. But other than that, he will have plenty of fresh air to put in some good solid laps just to close that gap with Footner. So the last time we saw Kart Dude, when Footner was coming across the line, he was going through Lesmo 2, but Footner's only going through Lesmo 1 now. So it's about similar to what it was earlier, maybe a little bit into Kart Dude's favour, but not by a hell of a lot. Footner still has the Aston Martin of ROOZ ahead of him, so no blue flags waving just yet. But yeah.
I know that's the Merc of Rigsy, dude.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my mistake. My mistake. So the Merc of Rigsy. Sorry, my mistake there. But yeah, no.
I was just keeping an eye on that because Footner dropped back that last lap, and Rigsy's not had overly quick lap time. Sorry, he's in the 49s, but on that last lap, he pulled out quite a gap to Footner. So definitely Rigsy's getting the move on with his pace.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm just keeping an eye on that gap between, Footner and Cart Dude. So it looks like it is the same. So they're maintaining. But yeah, you're right. Rigsy isn't exactly getting swamped right now from Footner.
No. Yeah, that's good for Rigsy. Oh, and here we go. Footner's nice and clean that time, so he's starting to close back up. That's getting close to about a second. So as soon as you're within, there's the first blue flag on the inside, the outside of the track into De La Roggia.
Yeah, so we're starting to see him wave now. Time is 5:08 as well in the game, and we're approaching halfway. You can see Rigsy's lights, so they do have a bit of an effect as they come through. Lesmo 1 now, Lesmo 2. You see more blue flags waving. Looks like he's going to step aside for him. Nice work, Rigsy. That was nice and tidy.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, good work from him. He gives the flash of the lights on the way through as a, hey, good luck sort of thing. Bones Lightning, he comes into the pits as well. Where are you, Bones Lightning? So he qualified P18, so he's lap pits now. And then Someone Awesome again.
Wilson off through Lesmo 1. Oh, he's gathered that up beautifully, so he wouldn't have lost more than a few seconds.
Okay.
But the Mr. Wilson in P3, he has got the bit down and he's gunning for it.
So he's yet to pit. So he's one of 3 drivers. Footnote and Bruise are the other 2 that haven't pitted yet. Doesn't look like he suffered any damage there either in that little excursion. So he's good to go. He's got Bruise just going through Parabolica now. So that's the gap between those 2. Pesky 1 and Jambon are pretty much the closest 2 cars on the circuit. Everyone else is pretty stretched out. That's due to the early stops happening very, very early on in the race. So we'll expect them to slowly... the accordion will close again once we get closer to the end. But as we approach halfway, let's have a quick look. It is Footner again in that very familiar P1. Bruise in P2. Mr. N. Wilson there, P3. So there we go. Klaus lets us know. So the top 3, they're yet to pit. But then it's Cart Dude, Jambon, Pesky 1. Burra is in there as well. Haggis. So that's a decent recovery for the Hagman in P8. John O'Stan up there in P9, so he started in P17, and then P10 belongs to Stewart on his debut tonight in the Bentley as well. So that's our top 10. Cars that have stopped twice already. Fresh Prince, Metal Steel, Big Chopper Dog, and Someone Awesome. They've all completed their mandatory 2 stops, and then the rest of the field, bar Mr. N. Wilson, Bruise, and Footner, have all completed at least 1 stop already as we go halfway in this one in round 7 of the Pro-Am race. Oh, all right. It's been interesting.
Yeah, mate, take a breath. What an awesome first half of the race. Shame to lose a couple of boys on the grid, but as expected, they are all pushing very, very hard.
Yeah, there's no one going at it half-heartedly out there at all.
Oh, P&L McLaren around as the other 2 P&Ls come past.
That's Fresh Prince.
That's worked out. Ty might have been having a heart attack.
So that was, I think, Fresh Prince at Lesmo 2, possibly, I think it was.
Yeah, on the exit. And you got Jambon and Pesky who have made it past.
Alright, so they've escaped it alright. Riggsy up there. He's got Stu in front of him now. So this is for position. No, so he's got Bones Lightning in front of him in the Selby Acoustics Bentley. So this is down in P10 and 11 respectively. But yeah, Riggsy's got that. He's got that those lights on. Track's at 26 degrees, air temperature's 22, and it's just after 5 o'clock local time. So I wonder if we'll see it getting a lot darker as this as the race comes to an end. Still 27.5 minutes away. We'll wait and see. So here goes Riggsy under the bridge into the Ascari. Let's see if he can get past Bones Lightning on his debut for the Bentleys tonight for Selby Acoustics Racing. Might ride on board as he has a crack at him. Here we go. So coming through Parabolica. Bones Lightning just sort of got it a little bit wrong there. Seems he's recovered all right. He's going to be the drag up the front straight. He's going to have enough to have a go under brakes. Pulls out nice and early. He does. Oh, he goes side by side. He's able to just squeeze through there, Riggsy. So nice move from him. He moves himself up another spot. He'll move into P9. So that was a really well executed move by Riggsy. That was quite good. We saw a few overtakes happen through there last week in the Pro Series, and the Pro-Am boys doing the same.
Yeah, Tango Bones definitely knows how to tango. As soon as Riggsy pulled to the inside and then later on the brakes, let him go.
Yeah. It's always best to do that, live to fight another day, and you're not going to ruin your race, but most importantly, you're not going to ruin the race of someone else either. That's the main thing. All right, so field still pretty well spread out. Footner yet to pit. Let's have a look where he is on the circuit. So he's just come out of the Ascari chicane now. And Cart Dude is the other one that we want to keep an eye on as Haggis. He pits again, so that'll be his second stop. Lap 18, so he'll be all done and he'll be able to go to the end. But we've got Footner. We'll get him as he crosses the line now. And then Cart Dude, he's coming through Lesmo 1. So maybe Footner's just pulled out a little bit more of a gap on that Selby Acoustics Racing Bentley since he pitted. We'll have to wait and see though. So if he's got a pit stop up his sleeve to remain in P1.
Mate, apart from that one half a lap where Footner lost that little bit of time behind Riggsy, the rest of it looks to be impeccable, and I'd say that he is cruising it. Bruce Pitts from P2.
Alright, this is the man here, and I think that's Mr. N. Wilson. I think he's coming in as well. Yep, he is as well. So P2, P3 are both pitting. So here comes Cart Dude. He will resume back to P2. It looks like Jambon Sickle, he's coming around Parabolica now as well. So is Pesky One and Burrow Dog. So those two are going to drop down. Where's Jono Stan? Oh, we've had another one out, I believe. Was that Fresh Prince? I think Fresh Prince has quit. I think he's just pitted. So I think he's done for the day. He hadn't offered a Ascari by the look of it. Work that out in a minute. All right, but so Mr. N. Wilson, he's still in the pit. So Bruce, he's gone.
Sorry, dude, that was a long stop for Wilson. 23 seconds. Bruce was stationary for about 10 or 11.
And looks like Jono Stan, and that is one of the ICR Ferraris. Is that Haggis? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it isn't. Sorry. It might be metal. Yeah, it is metal steel. All right, so that was just Jono Stan, I think, putting a lap on him then, on Metal Steel. But Mr. N. Wilson, he's dropped out into P7. ROOZ has dropped out to P6. So that's not too bad after their first stops. And yeah, Fresh Prince is in the pits. I think that's where he might stay for the remainder of this one. So Kart Dude, he's moved back up into P2. We're just going to wait now for Footner. Everyone else has made at least one stop. Footner hasn't made any as of yet.
Oh, all squirrely on the exit of De La Roggia that time for Footner. So, yeah, that's 20 laps in, so you called it. That getting to lap 22, which is 2/3 of the way through. It's once again starting heavy. He's executing it perfectly, and that's obviously what starting from the pole does. It means you can just consider going a little bit longer in the first stint because you don't have to worry too much about track position.
All right, here's Pesky. He's coming into the pits out of P6. So let's see. This will be his second stop as we see the McLaren of Fresh Prince. Here's Johnny Stan. He's going to come through. So will 123. That's Mr. N. Wilson. So he's going to move up a spot. 217. Is that for position? I'm not too sure. The other one, Riggsy. So let's see if Riggsy can jump Pesky. Riggsy's just coming through Parabolica now. And Pesky just getting going. So I don't think Riggsy's going to be able to get past. So Pesky will drop down into P8. But he'll have both of his stops all completed. And he'll be able to run this one until the end. So nice work from...
Buzzer, sorry dude, Buzzer is off track on the inside of Lesmo 1. And
where's he going? I think that's it.
And someone was also, someone is off the track further down on the run down to Ascari.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that someone was off there earlier, so I'm not sure if that was related. They got a bit tangled up or not, but
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's had a big off too. You can see the damage on the front of that. So I think Burrow Dog, I think he's out after that one, and someone awesome might be the same for him as well. He might just limp it around. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage to someone awesome's Mercedes there. He's going to struggle just to get that back. Even the Mercedes emblem has moved. Metal Steel's also crashed. His split is not updated for a while. He's down there in P13.
I was super confused about the timing between Hagman and Metal.
Yeah.
It had Hagman ahead in the order, but he was at least a sector behind. Kart Dude, he's got problems through De La Roggia, so he has gone deep and had to cut the inside of the track. So that there's still 20 minutes left, and then some of these guys are coming unstuck.
Yeah, so there's 20 minutes until we finish this one, but Footner still hasn't pitted yet, so he's yet to make his stop. What would you do in this situation? If you're Kart Dude, Nige, what are you thinking of doing in this situation? Would you maybe try and pit trying to cover him, or would you wait and react once you see Footner come in?
I think you have to maximise your own race strategy. So he's gone for the early stop. He's obviously, if he's got really, really good pace, he is in contention for the win. I don't think he's really challenged for P2. So right now, if he's had that off, or just, small off through De La Roggia on that lap, if you lost your rhythm, you could come in, do your second stop, but the only other advantage to making your stops earlier is that as the track temperature drops a little bit more, as it gets darker, it just takes a little bit longer for the tyre pressures to come back up. So he probably was a bit too far back to be really challenging for the win tonight. and that's probably understandable. Lack of seat time, but he's cruising it for P2, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, Jambon's still 10 seconds down the road from Cart Dude. They're both on a similar strategy. I think, is that Bruce? No, it's not Bruce. That was Riggsy, I believe, in that Mercedes. Yep. Okay, so Bruce, he's pretty lonely race down there in P4. Jono Stan in P5. So he's having a blinded up from P17. And Footner, here's Footner. All right, so he's pitting. So Cart Dude's just coming through Lesmo 2 now. That looks like it's going to be a big enough gap to maintain P1 for Footner, but let's wait and see.
Just comes down to fuel. I've got an eye on him for stationary time.
All right, here we go. So here comes Cart Dude through Ascari. You keep an eye on Footner. We'll keep an eye on the Cart Dude, the Selby Acoustics Racing Bentley Cart Dude. He's
12 seconds. He's killing it.
And he's done. All right, so he's miles in front. That's yeah, he's looking very good. Cameron Footner, he's all over it. Haggis, though, he's all over Bones Lightning as they go into turn 1. Just a nice little polite overtake there from the Hagman. Looks like Bones Lightning's going to fight it, though. So they go around Curva Grande. But Haggis has been able to... I don't know Haggis, so I don't feel like I can call him the Hagman. But anyway, he's going to move up into P8. So a nice recovery from him. I'm sure he would have liked to have been up a little bit higher, but nonetheless, a good result, good solid result for him. We still have just over 16 minutes remaining, so just over a quarter of the race still to go. But yeah, Cameron Footner, it's looking going to be difficult to unseat him. I think it's going to take a mistake from him to do that one, to not win this one right now. But Pesky won, so he's up there in P7. So he's stopped twice. He's the highest runners, the highest runner of the people who've stopped twice. This is Stewart, so he's looking to get past Bones Lightning as well. They come through Ascari. So we'll just get back to Pesky 1. We might see if we can figure out how high he can possibly finish, if he can get onto the podium. Got Jambon Sickle. He's the P3 right now, the final podium position. As we watch Stu looking to go into Ascari. If he gets a good run out of here, he's not even going to wait for turn 1. Oh, I think he was getting the... here we go. So Bones Lightning, he was giving him the indicator on the right-hand side, letting him know. So good work from Bones Lightning as he comes in for his stop. So that will be his second. He pitted about 10 laps ago. But yeah, Pesky won. Let's work it out, Nige. He's currently P7. Where is Jambon Sickle? He is coming through Parabolica now. So similar gap between what we saw Cart Dude and Footner. So Jambon Sickle might be on track here for a podium.
Absolutely. Pesky's going to make up places on Wilson, probably Jono. I think Bruce is too far ahead. But you're right. Yeah.
All right.
I think Jambon, stopped nice and early. It's that same completely solid strategy. Get out of clean air and just hit your marks. Go driving for an hour in the park.
All right. So, Mr. N. Wilson, he's pitting now. So he's going to come in for his second stop. What are we? Lap 24. So that will be it for him. So Pesky won. He's about to come through now.
Oh, cars off. Della Roggia, cars off. GRT.
333, I think it was. Is it? No, that's someone awesome.
Yep.
So he managed to repair all of that damage, and he's come out again. Where is it, Mr. Cameraman? Can you give us a look? There he is. All right, so he's still got a fair bit of damage to the front of that car. I don't know if that's what's happened on this effort, or if he repaired it and then he's damaged it again. So anyway, He's back up and running. Yeah, that car does not look healthy at all.
We've got 3 BHR cars very close on track through turn 1. The Rodofilio. So Wilson and Stu.
So this is Mr. N. Wilson. And then who does he have ahead of him? 1-3. Oh, was that... I think Footnote might have been in there as well with them. Look at that.
Right.
3
Yep,
Bruce
that would
Hull.
make sense.
Yeah, 3 BHR cars. Bruce pits. So does Cart Dude. So Cart Dude, he's just finished his stop.
He's underway too. So
And
I think that was a nice quick stop from Cart Dude.
Yeah. So Jambon's gone through. Bruce pitted as well. Jono Stan pitted. And then Pesky 1, he's still out there. So it looks like Cart Dude, he's going again. He's going to maintain in P3. And both of his stops are now completed as well. So he decided to go the early crow. He thought he'd get that stop out of the way. We've got just over 12 minutes left in this one. And Cart Dude's put himself in the box seat for at least P2. We'll have to see how far up he can get if Cameron Footnote makes any sort of mistake towards the end of this one. All right, where are we looking next? So John...
Mate, I got so confused. I was looking at my map, but I was listening to you with regards to the BHR placings. Footner, Stu and Wilson, I got completely confused about who was in which order.
Yeah. I look at the car. I try to look at the car numbers. That's usually the most secure way to do it. But Jono Stan, he's completed both of his stops. He has Haggis right behind him. So that's for P6 and P7. So both of these drivers are good to go to the end. Everyone bar Burradog. I don't think... Is Burradog out? I think he might be out. And then Footnote and Jambon Sickle are yet to pit. Are the only 3 drivers out there who are yet to pit. So they're going to race until the end.
Yep. And Buzzer is on track, so he's still carrying on.
Yeah, so we saw him have that issue earlier on, but he's all good now. So he's down there in P14. But yeah, closest 2 cars right now would be Haggis. Just trying to chase down that Lamborghini, Jono Stan, the sole Lamborghini in the field tonight. So no one else has decided to go with that. And Footnut, he's way ahead of Jambon Sickle. So we're just going to have to wait for him to complete his stops to see this one unfold as we enter the last 10.5 minutes. This is round 7 of the Pro-Am division in Monza. It's the last Monza race for this season. We're moving on after this week. Looks like Haggis got a decent run on Jono Stan there.
Way too deep into Parabolica though. Yeah, so he's gained it and then he's lost out again. Just going a little too deep, but 10 minutes to go, so we're still going to be, what's that, 5-6 laps?
Yeah, not, well, they're doing about 148s, I think, 150s around there, so rounded up to 2 minutes a lap. And I don't think it's going to get dark either, so we'll be all right with that.
Jambon in.
Here we go. All right, so where's Cart Dude? Cart Dude's just coming up the straight towards Parabolica. Jambon's yet to even get stationary. So it looks like Cart Dude's going to be able to get past him. It's just going to be a case of how far will Jambon fall down, though. That's the big question. So here comes Cart Dude. The other one is Pesky 1. So Jambon, he's stationary. Pesky's coming up the straight towards Parabolica. Let's see if Jambon can hold on to that last podium position. He's getting underway now.
Medal and Chopper going side by side on the main straight. 2 fezzes going at it here at Monza.
Here we go. We see Pesky 1 in the background as well. So he's managed to hold on to that podium position. Metal Steel Oh, that was a nice move by Big Chopper Dog.
Around the outside.
Yeah,
Nice.
very nice. All right, so 2 Ferraris doing their thing at Monza. But yeah, Jambon has managed to hold on to that P3. We'll get back to that Metal Steel and Chopper Dog. Looks like they're still going to continue on into the second chicane here. But yeah, Big Chopper Dog, he started P3. He's had a rough race. He had that stop-go penalty earlier on, so that kind of did ruin it a little bit for him.
Oh, the 30-second stop go is the one where you're sitting there like screaming your heart out. Just why was I so stupid?
Yeah. At the time though, it seems like the absolute right thing to do, but yeah, it costs you in the long run. Let's get back to this little scrap here though. Haggis and Jono Stan down here in P6, P7. You have to think what could have been for Haggis if he hadn't have had that little incident earlier on in the race, but still. A good strong result from him. He's a sort of a commentator's favourite up here. Just having a look at his results.
Oh, yeah. Everyone needs more haggis in their diet.
They do. So his improvement has come along in leaps and bounds. He's going to try and get a good run on Jono Stan there as they come up towards the Ascari chicane under the bridge. Yeah, I reckon he can do it. I reckon he's definitely a chance to get past Jono Stan. We're still waiting for Footner though to see if he will when he will pit. He has one more stop remaining, as does Burrow Dog. Everyone else has stopped.
Yeah, Footner's going to need a puncture to make it a race.
Oh, Haggis looking to send it into Parabolica. Changes his mind at the last moment. See if he can get a good run on that Lamborghini up the front straight and launch an attack into turn 1. As we approach the final 6 and a bit minutes left in this one. It's a little bit too far back, I think, to have a go. Still closes right up though. That Ferrari backfiring in the background, you can hear that. Walk us through a lap of Haggis here. Nige, give us a rundown of your ICRT, mate.
Curva Grande, you want to stay in the slipstream into the Della Roggia. Go as deep as you can. Late turn in. Perfect. Yep. Tiny bit wide on the exit. There might have been a little bit of aero wash from the Lambo into Lesmo 1. Yep, nice tight line. That was nice. Lesmo 2, important for the exit here. Carrying speed. Oh, he just...
Oh, no!
Just hit a little bit of that inside curb and, you know, you're trying to carry so much speed there. It just unsettles the car and he's still got time. He's still got time. He's got 5 minutes. This is just the Hagman putting on a show.
He's just, he's putting on a show for us. He's got Footnut right behind him. Yeah, he's got the blue flags waving as well. Yeah.
So that's one of those, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
So concentrating on Jono's Lambo, trying to keep a nice tight line and stay as close as he can. And then he's had a moment and then he's blinked and seen that green monster of a Bentley. Footnar's in.
Oh, here we go.
Right in the mirrors.
All right, so he was concentrating on the car in front and the car behind. Let's see where Cart Dude is. He's just coming out of Lesmo 2 now. So it'll be interesting to see if he can, what sort of gap he can get close to. I don't think he's going to be able to overtake him in the pits there. Oh, he's about to become stationary now. All right, Cart Dude coming through Ascari. I'd say this is probably going to be a bit closer than what we would have expected between Footner and Cart Dude. Footner just going, about to come through Parabolica. And Footner, he goes now. And that's the gap, about the length of the main straight between
Car and Haggis on track. There's like 2/10 in it. through Lesmo 1. So all of that that incident with Hagman behind Jono, and then with Footnut coming past, it's rattled Hagman's cage, and that has allowed Stu to really close him down.
All right, so Stu...
So he's gone from the offensive, and now he's going to have to play defense for the last few laps.
Well, you said Stu Carr's a bit of a legend of... Oh, he closes right up under brakes going through Ascari. He's been in the wars today, Hagman. He's got scrapes and dirt and all sorts of stuff all over his car.
Yep, baptism of fire tonight for the Hagman at the temple, and he won't go down without a fight.
Hey, he's
holding on to that P7 for dear life.
I was going to say he's holding his own. He's doing a good job of it. So let's see if he can defend up the front straight. I don't think Stu Carr has a run on him right now to take advantage into turn 1. We'll wait and see though.
And we know that Stu's had problems getting the Bentley stopped. Perfect that time.
Yeah.
They've both nailed it into the Redfieldio.
So Haggis is going to live to fight another day. We've got just over 2 minutes remaining in this one. It's that man once again, Footnut way out in front. It's Cart Dude in P2. P3, it's Jambon Sickle, and P4 is Pesky One, then Bruise in P5, and P6 is Jono Stan. What a drive from him. That's a cracker of a drive up from P17.
Never write him off.
Looks like...
yeah, Jono's another legend. He won't disappoint, and he would have clocked up several journeys around the planet worth of laps around this track, so that doesn't surprise me at all.
Alright, so Vic Chan encouraging Hagman to hang on. Can he do it for the last 90 seconds of this one? I'd say this would be the next lap that they start. Will probably be their last one, I'd say. Oh, here we go. He's going to come under a lot of pressure, though. From Stu again into Parabolica. He's having a little bit of a look, just letting him know he's there.
We know that Hagman's super strong on the brakes into Parabolica, so unless he leaves the door open, I don't think that's going to be the place. Turn 1 might be.
Oh, he's going defensive a little bit.
Stu's got a good run. Oh, he's pulled out a little too early. He's playing mind games.
He's going to try and pressure him, I reckon. Just pressure him into making a mistake. But good little scrap between these two to finish this one off.
Sure is.
We'll keep an eye on it till the end. Are we on the last lap yet? That is the big question. It's T-minus 18 seconds. Where are we? Footnut, where are you? Oh, Footnut's going to have to go. This will be the last lap now. All right.
Yeah. So that means everyone else that's on the lead lap will have to go for one more. So.
Oh, hey, here we go. This is Haggis and Stu going at it again. So the leader's on the final lap. Keep an eye on these two. This has been this is good for Haggis's experience. Oh, he's run a little bit wide there at Lesmo 1. At Lesmo 2, sorry. My mistake.
That's all right.
Yeah.
He's on the inside for Ascari, so go deep on the brakes. Make Stu go he's let him go. Stu's off. Did Stu lose it? Oh
no, Haggis has lost it though. Too bad. That was he'll live and he'll learn from that one. That's a lot of damage on that car there, but poor Haggis couldn't quite hang on. We'll chalk it up to another round of experience for him. But someone who has plenty of experience being in P1 is this man here, Footnut. He is about to make it a hat trick of victories. He's done nothing but win since he came here in round 3. He came 8th in the sprint race at Snetterton. That was the second sprint race, the reverse grid, so that sort of doesn't count 100%. But he won in the Nürburgring. He won in Alton Park. He's already flashing the lights. That's how comfortable he is. He said that the armpits were sweating like hoses. But if you ask me, he's done it pretty easy tonight as he comes around the Parabolica for the final time, flashing the lights. He's a happy chappy. Well done to Footner for Bruce Hale Racing. He takes P1. Congratulations to him. Kart Dude, he fought valiantly. He's only got back on the wheel today, but he's come home in a very, very solid P2 after his first lap. Little mistake there that he made coming into Ascari. He takes home P2. And Jambon Sickle, he's going to take home P3. Is that his first podium for the season? I believe it is. So he hasn't raced the last 2 races. His previous best was the race 2 sprint race at Snedden and P5. So well done to him and the P&L boys. He's going to take home a very, very well-deserved podium. Flashing the lights as he comes across the line. And then Pesky won. Another lights flasher in P4 for P&L. So strong result for them. And then Bruce, we haven't seen much of him today. This will be his fourth podium for the season. He's got not a podium, P5. Sorry, my mistake. The guy's doing all sorts of donuts and things at the front there. Jono Stan takes home an absolutely cracking result, P6. Right under Jono Stan for Bruce Hale Racing. And then Stuka, debut this season in the Pro-Am division. He takes home P7. Well done to him. And then another solid result here from Mr. N. Wilson. He takes home P8. So I think that's his equal honour. 6 was his best finishing position. So well done to him. And then the Hagman, a bit sore and sorry for himself, limping home. Top 10 result though. Good for him and good for ICR. I think he's the highest ICR finisher amongst everyone in the field tonight. And he's going to stop it right after there. So well done to Footner, who once again, it's a hat trick of victories for him, for Bruce Hale Racing. Another great effort from them. Kart Dude in P2 and Jambon Sickle rounds out our podium position in P3. Wow. What did you think of the race there, Nige?
Oh, look, that was great. They went hard at it, as we expected, and it flew by. Obviously, Footner is doing some donuts over one of those black and yellow rumble strips.
Sausage curbs, yeah.
He's driving brilliantly at the moment. Solid P2 for Kart Dude, back in the saddle after a week or 2 off. And super happy for the P&L boys. So 3rd, 4th and 11th. And that would have been a lot better if Chopper hadn't have had that stop and go. So they'll be ruining some missed points there. But all in all, a great race. But all 4 boys for BHR in Pro-Am in the top 8. It doesn't get any better than that. So they're looking good. BHR going back to back in the team's title. You heard it here.
You're not exactly going out on a limb there, Nige. But yeah, that was BHR looking very, very good right now for the title. But that concludes proceedings for round 7 at Monza for the Pro and Pro-Am. So we're all done there. Next week, though, we are moving on to Laguna Seca. So one of 2 rounds left. So after that, it will just be Imola, the Enduro after that, I believe. So coming down to the business end of the season. So that'll be the Pro Boys. Will be next Tuesday night. So same bat channel, same bat time. Nige, once again, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Always, dude. Absolutely. Always good to tune in. And we're going stateside next time out. It's going to be awesome to see the Pro Boys go for the Laguna experience. And this time next week. Look forward to it.
Beautiful. And thanks everyone for watching as well, and everyone in the chat. That was good fun tonight. So appreciate your involvement, everyone. So until next week, take care of yourself, stay safe, look after yourself and your friends and family as well. We will see you next week. Bye bye.